5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, folks.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
This is
The world's most serious podcast.
the best we could do podcast, Halloween edition.
Yeah, our costume budget was off the hook this year.
Hell yeah! It's all that. It's thanks to you viewers and subscribers. Thank you
Our
guys.
Patreon viewers.
Yeah. Well, when we have Patreon, we'll be counting on you guys too.
Yeah.
So, obviously,
I can't believe you're culturally appropriating, Mike. That's already we're getting off to a bad start.
what?
You're Al.
I'm 1/10 Asian.
You're Al. That's basically Al's costume every day at work.
Whitman.
Whitman. See? Japanese.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, happy
I
Halloween.
hope you get a lot of candy.
This is Mr. Pickle over here.
Yep.
And then Al, tell us who you are.
Oprah. I don't know who I'm
You don't have enough hair.
That shirt messes your actually meshes with your skin tone perfectly. I can't even tell it's a shirt.
I know, right?
That's amazing.
I didn't need all the airbrush on there anyway.
think
'cause,
you,
I'm already jacked.
You're Oprah's counterpart, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I think so. Is that what it is?
When it comes to, asking poor people for funds to rebuild Hawaii.
Oh yeah, I got a movie to make.
Yeah. And it's obvious what I am. So
Fat?
culturally, well, besides that,
Oh,
culturally appropriating, as Justin would say, for my Asian friends.
I think you're honoring them,
Hi.
but that wasn't.
Hi.
That was your week.
Hi.
Hey,
Arigato gozaimasu. Or
yes.
something like that.
No, I didn't. I had a good weekend. It was all right. I haven't done too much. Been
I've been
kinda
doing
boring.
too much. You want some of the shit I got to do? I'll give you some. You want something to do? I'll give you something to do.
How often do you have to apply herpes cream anyway? Is it
Twice.
Is it that frequent?
Twice daily.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's flaming,
Time consuming. It sounds very time
it's
consuming.
flaming up again.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of which, what's Nick for Halloween? What do you think he'll be for Halloween?
The Invisible Man. Hey, Nick. Yeah.
You ever just want to draw sort of the head on top of your head, and then you'd be like,
You could be Fetterman.
oh,
Just wear sweats.
good night, everybody.
Just wear sweats.
Sweats,
wearing
oversized sweat shorts, and one shorts, and an oversized hoodie,
some hoodies.
hooded sweatshirt,
So
and
what
then
is
go onto the floor of the house and try to make your voice be heard and try to speak coherently.
he sounded really good on whatever talk show he was on the other day.
Yeah, that was AI.
Probably was AI.
Alan Iverson?
Yes. No. Artificial intelligence. I think that's what it is.
Insemination.
Oh.
Artificial insemination.
Oh.
No. Yeah. They can fake anything they want now. It's like when when people are kind of just ushered into the Capitol and they go, "Oh my gosh, it's an insurrection." But when people actually go there pro-Palestine and they start actually going into the foyer and start screaming shit,
That was faked.
that's totally okay. That was fake?
Hit the clock.
Oh.
Yeah. So we don't get.
So I have a huge
Yeah.
insurrection going on in my pants right now too.
Insurrection.
Like some fucking MAGA supporters are going in there.
Boing.
Oh my goodness.
So what are you guys' plans for Halloween? Are you guys like actually do something like
Well, give out
extravagant,
candy like I always do.
partying?
I'm going to be up in Denver.
Parties are the best though. 'Cause
Are you
that's
going
where,
to a-
like all the hot chicks dress up really slutty on Halloween, so that's good. That's the beauty of Halloween.
I don't think they come door to door though.
No, you got to go to parties. You're right.
Oh yeah, Al's going to that rave up in Denver. I heard.
I'll be up there, like Union Station area.
The
you know,
all guys rave.
the yeah, with the hanging with the homeless is what I call it on Halloween.
So you dress up
Oh,
as
Bud Light.
homeless and then
Yeah, try to get some free food.
get a like 24 ounce or 40 in a bag or something.
Something. Yeah.
Trying to explain yourself away to the police, like, no, I'm a sexual assaulter for Halloween.
Flask of old
That's what I'm
Thunderbird in the
doing.
back pocket.
That's my costume.
Nah, I'm actually. I'm still. So there's Allie's going to a concert. Allie and her friends are going to the concert, and they. I told them I'm driving.
Is it Guar?
I have no idea who it is.
Kiss? It's got to be someone that does their makeup, that dresses up for Halloween every day. Guar, Kiss, who else?
It's,
Katy Perry.
It's some punk rap,
Mudvayne?
punk rap kind of thing. They're playing at this little fucking like little club venue up at 5 Points.
So
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
even know who they are. They're so small.
And yeah, I mean the parking up there is fucking ridiculous, man. So
It's like Long Beach Double All Stars.
I'll be hanging out Union Station area, 5 Points area. Actually, I got it planned out. That
You should just put up a sign, like, anything helps or something, just to see how much money you can get by in the time you're up there.
just like
No.
this.
And then, hey, if you feel guilty about it, donate to the homeless when you're done. But just see what you could get away with.
Like this, like the Rock's homeless.
I'm curious, with inflation, how
No.
much money do they make nowadays?
I'm just gonna say it, Al. You might not be
Yeah.
believable. I don't know that I've ever seen a homeless Asian person.
It's because Asian
Seriously.
people work. Because they freaking work, dude. They come to this country and they assimilate and they work and they bust their asses.
There's a lot in Hawaii.
Well, I mean, when that's all that lives there, yes. But I'm talking about like in day to day, any place I've ever been, I've never seen one.
Homeless. Yeah, they're out there.
It's like Bigfoot sightings. Oh yeah,
They're usually hanging on the Broadmoor area. They got to try and be better.
Yeah.
Try to get.
Oh yeah, you don't want to disappoint your parents.
You gotta
You got to hang out somewhere good.
get handouts from the rich.
So, yeah, when you're one of those average people that happen to be of Asian descent, there's like their parents are like, "You're out. You'll never amount to anything. You're just average." You're right, Dad. I think I'll just gotta move to the streets. That's it, right? Would your dad want you to be a doctor or a lawyer?
He never really pressured. He grades were very important though. I had to get.
How'd you do in your transsexual class?
I got
Sorry,
an A.
gender. What is it called? Gender.
Grooming. No,
whatever it's called. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
sexual gender.
I just
grooming.
did show and tell every day.
Just hang out with your wang out.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Exactly. So, all right, man, your dad didn't actually push you in a.
No wonder
career
you're a
direction.
failure.
Nah, his grades are important, and I definitely had to go to college. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Well, military would have been acceptable, but as an officer,
So you had to go to college.
so I had to go to college. Yeah. ROTC probably. I don't know.
Now, well, military got me out of a lot of trouble, but it also got me into different kinds of trouble. But at the same time, man, I don't know about the military these days, boy. I'll tell you what.
I think it'd be easy to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I used to tell my kids when they would slack off in high school. I said, you don't understand. Like, what you guys are going to consider average is way below average for past generations. So it should be real easy to shine amongst your generation.
If you go in there with the right attitude, I think it's gonna be really easy to shine.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
have
you
all
tied
these-
your own shoes today? All right, you're getting top ratings on your EPR, buddy. Good job, Airman. No. It's like, I wonder if you could get like a DUI now and just be like, well, but I got a problem. And they're like, you're right. You should stay in and we'll coach you through
I
it.
think they're loosening up, right? They're allowing tattoos and other things in.
In the Air Force, you couldn't have visible ones. So you could have a half sleeve, but if you had, say, your outer shirt off, just your T-shirt on, some people's tattoos would peek below, but that would be about it. And then you see like an Army person, they have like tattoo on their neck. You're like, what the fuck? You guys can do that? And they're like, yeah, we're Army. Like you couldn't have any visible tattoos. Now you can. My daughter's got tattoos on her wrist, and she's active duty. So on both wrists. So, yeah, it's definitely changing. You weren't able to go get those kind of tattoos when you're in. And when I was in, they tried to stop piercings because piercing different parts of the body started getting popular. And there was a guy who pierced his nipple and then got an infection. This was when I was in tech school. So early 96. And he got an infection and it ended up just eating them all up. And then it freaking killed him eventually. And they're like, okay, no more piercings. And there was when it came to any kind of illicit drugs, even marijuana, one strike, you were out. That was it. You're gone. There was no 1, 2, 3 strikes.
I think now you just can't smoke before lunch, right?
Probably.
That's the new policy.
It wouldn't shock me. It's like, well, it's illegal in most of the states, so
Well, you
just go ahead and get you a letter of counseling for that. And then,
you can go to jail for adultery, right? In the military.
I don't know about that because it happened.
I mean, you'll get court-martialed, right?
I don't even think that happened when I was in. It was because it happened because people deployed all the time. So shit happens.
Well, with the enlisted, not the civilians, but when you're enlisted, right?
Yeah.
That you could get court-martialed, right? No.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
You know, there's guys that would go overseas and then their wife was banging everything in town, or they would be over there and they've got their girlfriend for when they're deployed, which is usually another person, either from the unit or another unit. And that's the one they're banging when they're in the desert. That's just how it went.
Oh, you saw the White House released the photos of the Delta Force guys. Was up on the on X for like an hour.
Yeah, you may as well freaking hammer the nails in their freaking casket.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? I didn't see it.
It was just pictures of their faces. This is the Delta Force.
They're at the White House shaking hands with Biden, and the pictures went up. The face is not blurred, nothing like that. It was up on.
I don't know, man.
I see what you're saying. I thought you were.
I think if I was in, I wouldn't even accept a Medal of Honor from. I'd be like, next president. I'll take it on the next president. You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, no, they got fucking.
Look at the guy who did get the Medal of Honor. He freaking put it around the dude's neck and he walked out on him. It's like, what the hell, dude? Way to be presidential.
I did my part. I'm out.
Yeah.
So you're saying it should have looked
time
like
for
this?
ice cream.
Yeah. So I mean, now there's hits on these guys' head. I mean, they're
absolutely they get hits on them all the time.
Yeah, they're wanted. I mean, terrorists our groups are going to be looking for these.
So
people.
now we just confirmed they're all alive. Fuck. Yeah.
I think we should do our podcast with our faces blacked out every time.
Haven't you seen?
If I was in that Delta Force and I went to go see Biden and shake his hand, I would have dyed my fucking hair purple first. Like, this is the military you're promoting right here, and I would have talked to him with a lisp. Let's just say
you'd
that.
had full fishnets on and some short shorts.
I would ask him if he wanted to sniff my neck or my hair.
I would have hugged him.
One of those long sensual hugs where you hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, squeeze and just breathe.
Breathe deeply.
He's my president. He's the best.
I would sniff his hair.
Which ones?
Just be like, now you know how it feels, creepy old bastard.
Yeah, you probably
That's
do
all
that,
he
though.
is, though. That's about all only blame I actually do put on him.
Just trying to get that line of
He's
coke that
just
Hunter left on your shoulder.
He's a creepy old bastard, and he's got a lot of misdealings with let's just say crooked financial bullshit.
That's all made up.
Yeah.
It's made up.
Oh no, I know it's made up because CNN told me so. So, but anyway, yeah, So now let's go back to this. Justin, are you on the back on Sober October for the last day for Halloween?
Yeah, just for the last day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's how you bookend it. It doesn't really matter about the middle of the month,
Yeah.
right?
I went over to
you
my
could-
friend's
you could pick
house
and choose.
who did Sober October for 3 days, and another one who made it a fair way into it before he went and had 3 beers and then said, well, I'm only going to drink on the weekends now. But anyway, I went over to my one friend's house and they were both there drinking beer, and they're like, did you break your pact? And I'm like, no, it's still October, isn't it? And they're like, damn, dude, man, you got freaking strong will. It's like, dude, once it's off, I could keep it off.
Once my
It's
wife
not-
told me I'm not allowed to drink, I wasn't going to. I equate what I just said, though, about the book ending it to like when you were young and your parents would go out of town and the house would look nice when they left.
Yeah,
As long as it looked nice when they got back,
exactly.
then you were fine.
Risky
Then
business.
anything in the middle never actually happened.
Exactly. That's how that all came from risky business. That's how we learned that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Dance in your underwear.
portion of water. The freaking Fabergé egg or whatever, the
yeah.
freaking crystal egg or whatever it was. Yeah,
Made $1 million in one night.
there you go. I gotta watch that movie again. I haven't seen that in a long time. I haven't seen Tom Cruise dance around his underwear in quite some time.
You know, that's back then in the 80s. Rebecca De Mornay, I think was her
Yeah.
name. Oh, my
She was
God.
hot.
She was so freaking hot.
Then she played that psycho girl, the psycho woman in whatever. Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Oh yeah.
And then, yeah, she played that a little too well for me.
There was some movie, too, in the 80s or early 90s that she played like a gymnast or something like that. And I just remember, God, she is so hot. I don't even remember what the movie is. I just remember
I wonder what
was
she
in it.
looks like now. Did she,
Like if I were to
Let
bend
me look
over and
her
show
up.
you my asshole probably on camera.
Let's look her up.
like, did she age well?
She's a little older than us, so
Some of those hot chicks did age well, so you never know.
You know who did not age well?
Mike.
Mike. Kelly LeBrock. Remember
Yeah.
Weird Science?
She's a little older though too, ain't she?
She did not age well. But look at, is that recent?
This is probably your most recent one where I go, well, how old is she then? She's 64. So
Okay.
if you can just erase some of the wrinkles.
Christina Brinkley. She held up well.
Yeah.
Does she still look good?
I mean, I haven't seen a picture in maybe like 10 years, but
Christy.
10 years ago she was, what, 75 or
Brinkley.
something? I don't know. But
Oh, she looks good for
She
her.
held
She's
up.
69 years old.
69. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd probably still go after that. I mean, she's significantly older than me, but
She
since
would
I'm only like 30.
she wouldn't have you though. She wouldn't have you.
Oh, are you kidding me? There's a shit ton of cougars out there.
She loves sriracha.
But she'd
She
be
could
upset
probably
because
she could probably still break my innocence.
She-
So
she's worried that she couldn't get anything out of that small dispenser nozzle that
she
you
could
have
probably
going
take it
on.
all out on my virtue, and they still think she could probably teach me. I'm just saying, she wasn't hot and not getting laid. Okay, so she knows some stuff.
She might need some of that moistening gel or whatever.
Spit?
Spit.
I think we should reach out to her and show her this podcast. So we've been talking about her.
Oh, yeah.
See if she wants to come on.
She's subscribed. I can't speak.
She's one of our subscribers.
That's why I mentioned
what I
her,
was
because
trying
I
to
know
say.
she's watching. Love you, babe. Don't wait up.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, she was pretty smoking, especially in those National Lampoon's vacations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I jumped into the water and I saw there was another person here.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy.
It's cold. Oh, hi, honey.
Classic. Yeah, it's classic.
That's when Chevy Chase was still funny.
Yeah. Yeah, he turned into a grumpy old bastard, didn't he?
Remember we had that talk show, the late night talk show? Oh, that was so hard to watch, man. He could hardly get through any skit without mumbling his words. When he's reading the cue cards, he keeps like fucking it up, and
Oh, it's hard to watch, huh?
yeah, it was hard to watch. It's like, he's just a nervous wreck out there.
Yeah, you got to get the ones that seem more genuine and off the cuff.
Yeah,
And, yeah, whatever. That's who you should have been. Chris Farley, dude.
dead.
But I had to put on weight.
I don't know.
Beverly Hills Ninja.
No, Chris Farley, you ever see him in interviews? Like half the time he was strung out and freaking sweating like crazy
Yeah.
and just he would say the most off the cuff freaking things, and it was just funny because you couldn't get over like, dude, people don't act like this. That really was about it. But oh my
I
goodness.
mean, yeah. He was acting like he was in Tommy Boy still.
Yeah, exactly.
Like on some talk show
All
on
the time.
Letterman or something, and just
Yeah. But yeah, that would have been good because that's how, I mean, he is most of the time. Maybe you would have had to put a couple pounds on, but not a lot.
just you should have just wore your suit.
You would have had to grow your hair out too. So
There's a wig. You should have just wore your suit that doesn't fit you. And fat guy in a little coat. You can sing that.
Richard, were you watching Spanktravision?
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers got a hug.
I'm not talking to you.
Which
Mike.
way is the gym? Don't hit her with the old gym routine. What'd you do? Anyway, yeah.
The fucking door falls. Can I fluff your pillow? Housekeeping. Can I jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
Since we're making
You're having a
suggestions,
hard
Mike.
time keeping a straight face.
Since we're
Tom.
making suggestions, Mike, your closest person that you should have been is Sling Blade. French fried
Like them
taters.
French fried taters. Yeah, I probably.
That kind of
could've.
looks like Fetterman now that I think about that.
Oh,
Sounds
that,
like
that
him.
was my nickname for him when he was running all the time. I'm like, oh, you mean Sling Blade? That guy was something else, man.
You dipping.
No, I can't in front of the camera, right? Because children watch this shit.
You know, if
Just
we
keep
were
your clothes on.
if we were a good podcast, or if Greg had kept his part of the bargain and suggested some stuff, he would have said for Halloween, why don't you guys bring some Halloween-based stories to talk about for the podcast?
Is it Halloween?
I mean, it will be when this airs.
I just wore this because I thought it was cool.
Exactly. The election is less than 10 days away.
Biden.
So he did suggest stuff, but he wants like some serious debate and topics and stuff like that. That's what he wants to see. But
All right. So Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees? Which one would you choose to get chased by if you had to choose one of them?
Well, I love Austin Powers, so I think I want that Michael Myers. He's kind of funny. Well, he used to be. But,
You're a dick.
huh?
Donkey.
you know, Mike Myers is pretty bad because he's like, well, we talked about that, right? The Halloween movies and everything. Halloween's Mike Myers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
He seems more like a human.
where they couldn't lift him, he was so they kept talking about how heavy he was because his soul was so spiritually dark weighed his whole body.
Apparently, you didn't watch the newest version of the movie where his sister fights him and she's holding him down, messing him up.
Because she's the older sister. That's why.
I mean, to be
Older
fair,
sisters.
he is knifed down to the table, but he has a whole nother arm.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
I was a little bit disappointed in this latest version.
Is,
What
it
are
He
you
is
pulling
older.
up there? What do you got there, Al?
is it X-rated version you're talking about?
It's
His other arm? What are you talking?
it's Halloweener 12. It was on Pornhub. You know, that's where all the new
No.
movies come out on.
I think that if you're being chased by Jason, if you either act like a child or a homosexual, he will not kill you.
Hold on. Keep talking.
What if you're a homosexual child?
You're good. Because notice he
Right.
didn't kill children. He killed teenagers, but not children.
If they were fucking, he would kill them.
I'm trying to remember
No,
now if
he
he
was
did
all
because
jealous.
I know Mike Myers kills children. He doesn't care.
No, Mike Myers doesn't care. He's a dark entity.
Michael Myers was just a mentally ill person.
I think Jason
Jason
didn't
was
because
like-
what happened to him he was when he was a kid, where Mike Myers dealt with childhood trauma, but still grew into an adult.
And still never bought a gun.
Well, yeah, he didn't.
Neither one of them did. That's
he,
why
he
they
didn't
slashed.
pass the
They don't-
background check. I think
They can't get guns.
they didn't have ID.
Which one has the scarier music? Or the scariest
Halloween.
whenever they're following you?
Halloween. That piano.
Yeah, that kind of low, dark. Yeah.
That doesn't scare me. For
Yeah, what if
Jason.
you were outside and you started hearing that shit in the dark?
Then shut the fuck up.
Take
like
that,
that.
Justine.
Just like that.
So you're saying Michael Myers, both of you?
Yeah, I'd say Mike Myers.
More scared? Or you would not want to be chased by him more, or you would want to be chased by him more?
I would not want to be.
Okay. Because you hate
Jason
William
just walks.
Shatner, is that why?
Jason walks with haste.
I'm not a hockey fan,
Yeah.
so
And I like William Shatner. That's why I like
when
Mike Myers.
okay, some
More scared of William Shatner. Think of the things he's done. I mean, he's banged green aliens. Like, he's done it all.
Priceline negotiator.
Dude, he still has the that dude's still so old, but he
T.J.
still
Hooker.
hosts that
He just went to space for real, too.
The Unexplained. That's what we're going to find out.
He just went on that Amazon spaceship, too, not that
That
long
dude,
ago.
he looks good for his age, man.
his
He's
toupee.
it don't matter. He's in good shape, considering he's freaking 90-something. Walking unassisted, still doing TV shows. Burn.
That music I would be scared of if it was coming on. Someone was chasing me.
Oh, well, then go to your... Yeah, never mind.
You had an old dead rave DJ chasing you down.
Dead Steve Aoki. Zombie Steve Aoki. No, so what did when did Jason start wearing the mask? Which one? The hockey mask.
Part 3?
I don't remember.
3?
What was he wearing
Or
before the
part two?
hockey mask? I don't remember.
Fucking bag.
So yeah,
Burlap
a
bag over his face.
burlap sack with just one eye
Oh,
hole.
yeah.
That was part 2. That's when he started doing all the killing.
That's right.
Yeah, part 1, he was just he was new with this whole killing thing, so he figured he had to go through some
He
training.
was just watching his mom kill people.
Yeah. He's like,
And then he
"That
was in the
looks like
bottom of the
fun."
lake. You got put in the bottom of the lake.
He's been put in the bottom of a lot of bodies of water.
What was the name of that camp?
Crystal Lake.
Crystal Lake. That's right. We have that. Oh, that's here.
Yeah. Crystal Reservoir. That's
Forgot.
why I dump my bodies.
That's why. Well, there's a road that goes right by there, so you can just toss them out the window.
Yeah.
Probably hit the lake. So, yeah. That was
So you would pick
filmed
Jason.
here.
You would pick Jason as well. Okay.
If I had to fight one of them, it would probably be Jason.
Okay.
I don't think there's any winning against Mike Myers. You have a sliver of a chance against Jason.
Yeah, but Jason even fought Alien, didn't he?
Yeah, but he's got a machete, right? I got 2 machetes. Well, how's he going to handle that?
You know,
I don't think you've ever watched the movies. Because we know how much you're up in
been
cabins
ages.
making out with your girlfriends.
Never seen him up
loves-
there. Because you want to know why
loves-
I've never seen him up there? He's scared of me.
he's hanging with Bigfoot.
He's scared of me.
He's scared of that situation with those pictures you're always showing us after hunting.
That's all I do. I just go take a look at this.
He
And
isn't
then
getting
runs,
he isn't getting caught up in that BS.
he runs scared.
He's got a reputation to uphold.
He's like, that could be me. I'm out of here. Yep.
We should do another episode to have one of those guys on the podcast.
That's
Yeah.
how you're going to get.
So we'll just dress up Nick.
Yeah. And
He
all he's
doesn't
got
need
to do
to
is
talk.
Actually, I got a hockey mask for him, so we could do
There you
that.
go. We just
And
need
I got a jumpsuit for him too.
There you go.
The jumpsuit he's probably too tall for, but he's tall.
Yeah, there
This
you go.
guy needs a.
Yeah.
He'd be like,
You kill anyone today?
rang.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's more lurch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you Dale? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit was funny. Anyway,
I got it. Okay, so
all right, you got
let's
something
do a
else.
little bit of history, kinda.
Oh, these things are freaking polarized. Shit, I didn't know that. Anyway,
We can
go
talk
ahead.
about that story you brought up too, because that's right along the lines of Halloween
We can bring that. Go ahead.
at the end or whatever. Oh, now I got to pull it up because I wasn't prepared. But let me go ahead.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Let me clear my throat.
So yeah,
Still works.
so this story actually happened in Colorado Springs.
So,
Oh, did it?
yep, that was here.
Yep.
Was it here in Springs or was it just in Colorado? I can't remember now.
Might have been.
what
might-
was the name of
might have
the?
been like
Oh, well,
Manitou-
anyway, go over
Manitou
it.
Springs, maybe.
Go.
Oh,
just
yeah, that's the Halloween town.
read
too.
the story or summarize the story, whatever you're gonna do.
Okay, I'm not going to summarize it because I'm going to get it wrong. I know there's
Just summarize it.
Well, let me read it and then I'll summarize it for you guys.
Okay. Well, wait.
So the headline is, after 189 bodies were found in a Colorado funeral home, evidence suggests families received fake ashes. So basically, I'll just summarize in my own words. You guys can chime in if you know more.
I want to know what the name of the home was or the.
Yeah. Was alternative? What was it called?
Oh my God.
It was
I thought I wasn't going to read it.
like alternative funeral home or natural funeral home or
Oh, was it one of the natural ones? I didn't really. I just heard whatever's on the radio.
Oh, so they'll turn into ashes eventually. For now.
Return to nature. Those are one of those natural ones. I've heard about these ones. They just basically put your body out in the wilderness for the animals to eat. Or to go back into the ground, basically. Maybe not animals, but however it
Decompose naturally.
happens. Yeah, and they usually do like GPS. I don't know how this one does.
So
but
they don't embalm.
GPS.
Well, they wouldn't embalm if they're cremating anyway, right? So
Yeah, I don't think they just throw your body out. I think they do bury it, but it's yeah.
with no box.
Yeah, it's just natural, so it goes back into the. I'm assuming they clean your guts out and everything, so you don't have all the, the stuff that the EPA doesn't want in the ground. All the bio.
Oh, the carbon. Yeah.
The bio.
It's killing the environment. Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
because that person smoked when he was alive.
'Cause it's like,
His
what is
lungs are
this
all black.
person's
So I'm just
like,
going to read it because it's
carbon
shorter. It's
body
actually
print?
a shorter story than me trying to sum it up, just so you're aware. Okay, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Hey, that's here. Colorado funeral home where 189 decaying bodies were discovered this month appears to have fabricated cremation records and may have given families fake ashes, according to information gathered by the Associated Press from customers and crematories. The families that did business with Return to Nature Funeral Home fear their loved ones weren't cremated at all and instead could be among the yet unidentified corpses authorities discovered after responding to a report of an aberrant smell. So that's one thing I heard first is that the neighbors were complaining.
abhorrent.
Yep. the neighbors were complaining about the smell. And they thought it was maybe one body.
Yeah, 189 bodies decomposing.
They were thinking maybe it was one body that got left behind or something. And when they investigated,
I forgot about
it was, oh, that's where we put those. So my mom's last wish was for her remains to be scattered in a place she loved, not rotting away in a building, said Tanya Wilson, who believes the ashes she spread in Hawaii. Oh, now I know why I'm reading this. In August were fake. Any piece that we had thinking that we honored her wishes, was completely ripped away from us. Return to Nature gave Wilson's family and some others death certificates stating their loved ones' remains had been handled by one of 2 crematories, but those businesses told the AP they were not performing cremations for Return to Nature, and dates included. So I don't know the full story on this. Cause next blah blah blah. Okay.
I'm pulling up other stories. USA Today actually covered it. Obviously, the Gazette did. Is that from the Gazette? Where's that from?
AP News.
Okay. I was looking to see who the owner was, just out of curiosity. Okay. It's not. I didn't think it was that person.
Yeah, so
it says dry concrete has been used before by funeral homes to mimic human ashes, including another Colorado funeral home where the operators were accused of selling body parts, received lengthy federal prison sentences.
So if you have ashes from this home of a deceased relative, add water and see if it hardens. If it does, that's not your
so apparently
relative.
I know someone whose grandmother was cremated there like a few years
Tell them
ago.
to add water to their grandmother and see what happens.
So now they're like
reconstitute, is that what you're saying?
We don't even know.
No, if it's dry concrete.
You can use it to put up a fence post, then yeah, that's not grandma.
This is grandma's fence post.
So there's a couple things in there where it talked about they were behind on some bills from 2017. So my guess is they were trying to save money.
Yeah.
So they weren't actually paying for they were getting the money for it, but not doing the services.
Apparently Colorado is the only state does not regulate that, cremation and all that, or funeral home. I don't know exactly, but they don't regulate that. So anybody can just pop up a business like that with, no certification or, any of that.
If they would have just hung up a few Christmas tree air fresheners around the building,
it would have been safe.
No one would have ever known the difference.
Oh, yeah, it worked in 7. I mean, what kind of certification you need to shove a body into a furnace?
I don't know what kind of qualifications. I think you need some kind of medical
Because I
certification
presume that this is after an autopsy's been done, that's delivered.
Embalming and all that. You got to know. I'm pretty sure you got to
embalming. I get
how to get around the body. How to whatever, remove shit. Internals.
Does a funeral home do that, or does that go through like the coroner's office?
Yeah, I mean they'll
autopsies?
prep the body. Well, I mean if there's an autopsy, you got a medical examiner, but when someone dies, like old age or whatever, you're not gonna send them off for an autopsy.
Why not?
Because
what if you suspect foul play?
Then you can request one.
Yeah, if it's a crime scene, yeah. But if someone's like old and frail and like basically they're in hospice care and they pass, I don't think
like Dianne Feinstein. They probably cut her open like, holy shit, this is one of those lizard people.
And dust came out.
Yeah.
And there's some religion
Coughed twice.
that's not allowed, right? Some religion,
Yeah.
you can't desecrate the body or cut it or. So I think I don't know what goes behind like the licensing and the certification of running a morgue.
So what do you think that this owner or whoever did this, what do you think the punishment should be?
Well, I think anytime you're mishandling a body, there's some crime to be fraud for one, but if you're mishandling human remains.
But I mean, these families already lost a relative. Like, what do they do? Like, sorry, we didn't burn
should
our
be
hair.
a financial.
Well, they're doing DNA testing now. They said they've already identified a few of the bodies. That was this morning.
And they said it's hard to do if it's just ashes now too. So they're pretty sure they won't get all of them.
Well, I think they're testing all the bodies that were in there.
Oh, the ones that are in there, but the ones that
Yeah.
were cremated, they can't.
Well, there's a good
Really?
chance if it's not in that shed back there, it's probably to get cremated. But
Or it's with the other 189 bodies they haven't discovered yet.
I have a question. So, and I'm sure that's 189 is not a lot, but with the amount of funeral homes in town and the rate, what is the rate of death to accumulate 189 bodies? At, especially this place was probably
During COVID, easily like a half a day.
This is recent. I'm just saying, is that like a couple weeks? How many bodies do you think they handle during? Now, this seems like a funeral home that I've never heard of, so I don't know how much business they get. But if all things being equal, what is the death rate in Colorado? How many people die per day, per week, per month? I wonder.
What if they needed like 200 bodies to load them up on the tractor trailer to go return them to nature? Maybe, they were just...
You know what it was going to
do
be,
it in
Mike?
bulk?
I just figured this out. They were about to have the most epic haunted house ever, and that plan just went right out the window.
God, it even smells real.
You ever seen the movie The Autopsy of Jane Doe?
It sounds
No.
familiar enough, like I might have watched it drunk one night when I couldn't find anything
But if you
else.
have not watched it, watch it. It's a thriller. It's a horror thriller. So basically, this Jane Doe shows up, and the whole movie is them, going through the autopsy.
I think I
Figure
have
out
seen
how-
Well,
how
they
she died.
flash back to like what they think happened when they go through parts of the body. Is that what?
Was there flashbacks?
You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
she had a wound or something, and they try to piece it together. Or I'm trying to remember if I've seen this.
I don't know
Yeah,
if there's. Well, it was a family run morgue, so it was the father and son doing. The father's like retirement age, and the son was at the age where he's about ready to take over the business, and then it happens.
And then this whole spiritual thing happens while they're doing
yeah, they're like in
I think I've seen it.
I've never seen
Virginia, and there's a storm coming through, and
Yeah, I think I've seen it.
no,
Sounds familiar.
it. Was the son dressed like a pickle?
yes.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah,
Where she got like a bullet wound and they sewed it up and then she decided to do sit-ups and it reopened the wound and she bled out more. And things just got progressively worse until she
Who the
died.
fuck does sit-ups with a bullet wound?
Who knows? All I'm saying is these were the flashbacks that you're talking about.
'Cause
I
don't
think I
I've
saw
seen
that
it.
movie
No.
too.
I don't think I've seen that.
yeah. There
Whatever
weren't
thing.
flashbacks like that. Not in this movie.
Yeah, it's more spiritual,
It's
like
it's
evil,
it's,
demonic kind of shit.
It's interesting that the person that plays Jane Doe, she has to lie there naked like the whole time. It's like, wow, why can't I get a movie like that? I just lie there naked the whole time.
Because what you want to happen now wouldn't happen. Like 5 dudes ain't gonna come in.
No,
and
but
start-
like-
They
I-
would have to cut all of them. Like, Al, you have an erection again, and they would have to go, cut.
But you can't see it. You won't be able to see it.
some people
like,
get
I
boners
don't-
post mortem.
I don't have
It
to
happens.
act. I just lie there and they pay me. They pay me for that whole thing. That
They'd be like, somebody killed a eunuch?
No, it's just an innie. It was from his transition. What?
yeah.
Never got
Yeah, I
the
don't
full
know.
procedure done.
I don't know where this place is at. Did you happen to know where this place is located in town?
I haven't heard of it.
No.
It's
no.
probably down near the cemetery, I'm sure. That's
Yeah.
usually where they're located. I'd be curious, though.
I couldn't do that for a job, man. I mean, the clients just don't talk enough.
I think you'd get used to it after a while.
You get caught having sex, and you're the only one that works there. Never mind.
Yeah, but who would catch you?
Yeah, I don't know. maybe there's a zombie one.
Put a vodka topper on all my Cokes.
I thought you were trying to make it through the month without drinking, Mike.
You said it was part of October.
So you lied.
You said sober part of October.
First part of October.
Today's the 31st.
Oh my God. You're a letdown. You're our champion.
I'm joking. There's no vodka in
I
it.
can't prove it now. You swallowed all of it. It was sitting on top.
It's layered. It's one of those layered drinks.
Yeah. So, all right. I have nothing else to say for this story.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird. Yeah.
I don't think it's all that weird. I mean, when you look at what goes on in our government, like that doesn't even hold a candle. This shit probably happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like we got a backlog of bodies. Just freaking, I don't know, burn a fire log and give it to the people or something.
So have you guys ever been to the Denver Botanical Garden
Just during Christmas for the lights.
out there?
Yeah.
It's a cool place, huh? I mean,
Yeah.
it's nice and all that. But so,
Are there botanical garden?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Thought you said something else.
Why, do they use human bodies for fertilizer for all that? Or what?
Did you notice that?
His arm sticking out?
Yeah, the body farm. No, but so
That's fertilizer.
I remember the first time I went there. I've been there a few times. The first time I went there, you walk into that glass house in the beginning. It has like a freaking little creek running through it, and all these trees and was it birds in there? I think there was actually birds.
They do live in around the area.
Maybe I'm thinking of the zoo, but anyway. But I do remember having this heavy feeling on me, like walking through that place, and then
Plants have feelings too, Al.
they do. So I punched this tree that's next to me because it's fucking just staring at me. Fucker won't get out of my way. But even though there was people there, it wasn't like it was empty. But there's certain parts where like we were the only ones there, but they feel like there was people watching. Anyway, I just had this
Probably are.
weird feeling in there while I'm in
Were
there.
you with
so
your boyfriend? They were probably expecting something to happen.
I think so. No, but so anyway, we get to the outside, and we walked around the grounds on the outside, and along the west wall, there's a gate where you can see through the gate, and looking through the gate, there's a sign that says Cheeseman Park. You guys ever heard of Cheeseman Park?
No.
I've heard of it. I've seen it on the map.
So, and that's when it hit me. It's Cheeseman Park. I know Cheeseman Park, but that's the place that was the inspiration of the movie Poltergeist. That used to be a graveyard. That whole area, Cheeseman Park, the Botanical Gardens, that whole area.
That's why they have the botanical gardens there. Really fertile soil.
Yeah. To when Denver was growing the late 1800s and pushing further east, they wanted to move the graveyard, and what happened was the guy they hired to move it did not move the bodies. So this guy was a con
He
man.
threw him in a shed down in Colorado Springs.
In Colorado Springs more. No, instead
189 of them to be exact.
Instead of making full size coffins, he made like children size 3.5 feet coffins, and will just rip the bodies apart to make them fit in there. And he got paid per coffin. I think something like $1.90 or something like that per coffin. So you would have like 4 coffins, but one body or one person was divided up and all that. And sometimes he just loaded coffins up with dirt and all that. So that's why there's still bodies buried in this whole area.
Oh, shit.
And that's the inspiration of Poltergeist. So, that the movie that they moved the headstones, but did not move the bodies. And there's another movie.
Did you make that up?
No, you can look it up. Cheeseman Park in
I will.
Denver. Up in Denver. So then there's another movie. So back in early 70s or so, I don't know the name of the guy.
Charlie?
Charlie. I should have looked up his name. No, so there was a guy that was going. He was getting his
Is this Tsunami we're talking about?
Tsunami. Yeah. He was working on, I think, was his doctorate up at Denver University. up there. Hold on for a second.
Oh, up north of Colorado Springs?
Yeah,
Up there. Okay.
up in Denver in that area. So anyway, so he was going to school, getting his master's or his PhD and something. And William Gray, his name is William Gray. So in that area was very the rich lived in that area prior to when it was a cemetery, and so you had all these mansions built around that area, and then once it became a park, these mansions they just became rental property up there for the college and all that, and he was surprised in how cheap the rent was. So this guy has this huge mansion to live in, but real cheap rent, but he did not realize it was haunted. So while living in there, all this shit happened. I ain't gonna say what, but the supernatural, paranormal shit started happening and gave him the inspiration to write the screenplay for the movie The Changeling. It's a 1980 movie. It's not the one with, it's not the newer one with Angelina Jolie. That's a different movie. But this one is it's another horror thriller. It's like a mystery. Like things happen and he kind of figures out shit. I'll recommend this movie too. So if you have not seen it's George C. Scott starred in it. It's called The Changeling, 1980.
Did he play Patton in this one?
Yeah.
Was the CGI good in 1980?
There was none.
I like being near the soundboard.
Yeah, I hate it. I'm going to keep it out of reach from you from now on.
All right.
No, but anyway, so yeah, if you want to know some haunted history or kind of creepy history.
You want to watch a movie for Halloween? There you go.
Well, yeah, Changeling, Autopsy of Jane Doe, or just research Cheeseman Park in Denver.
Or any Joe Biden speech of your choosing. There's also that.
Leave my president alone.
Your president.
My
You mean
president.
He kind of looks like that creepy old man on Poltergeist, doesn't he?
ex-Vice President Joe Biden?
Let me in.
Yeah, he looks just like that.
I love the rain.
He looks just like that.
His face does morph. See him on the airplane talking this last week? What's going on with his chin, dude? Like, bro.
I think
It's hard to contain that lizard tongue.
It's just lighting. That's all. It's a bad lighting.
Okay.
I watched V as a child.
VD.
V. I remember that show. It was a good show.
Well, that's awesome.
Changeling trivia, folks. Whenever you're hit up about it, now you know the story.
I got to look up this Cheeseman Park thing, too, because I feel like you made that up.
I mentioned it before on this podcast.
Al is
Episode
actually
33.
full of a bunch of useless facts.
Oh, so you didn't make it up. You're just quoting yourself from before when you actually made it up.
So yeah, so there's some history that when they wanted to move the cemetery, the city had to figure out who owned the land. So they went to Congress, and they found that no one owned the land. So Congress said, "Oh, we own the land." So
They
anyway,
would never do something like that. Come on.
They gave the approval to turn it into a park, to move the bodies. They sent out news. Anyone want to claim their relatives, bought their, the loved ones that passed, come get them. Years went by and hardly anyone showed up to get their bodies. One of the things is a lot of prisoners were buried there. They died in jail.
I think we should try to make a claim and see if they still have the bodies.
So when they did they're putting in new water lines or something at the botanical gardens and digging up the land. They came across bodies digging down there. This is kind of recent, maybe like 10 years ago or so. And I mean, there's pictures. You can see skeletons and bones and whatnot. So, and supposedly at Cheeseman Park, when they did dig up the tombstones, the hole that was left there, they planted a tree. So where there's a tree, that's where a headstone used to be. So, and I guess you go by the age. So this is like the late 1800s, like 1870s, 1880s, somewhere around there.
Well, you never know. I mean, a lot of people have died in history, so you could have people dead under your house. You don't know. My friend was excavating part of his yard. He found a bone. I mean, it wasn't a human bone. It was a bison bone, though. So, who knew there were dead bison under the ground?
Bison graveyard
Yeah.
that his house is built on.
Actually, he has found like arrowheads and stuff on his property.
Yeah.
That's
digging
in line
stuff.
with what I told my kids when they were younger, because my house was built mid-50s. And they were talking about, I wonder if anybody's died in this house. I said, there's a good chance that somebody's died in most of these houses down here. Not necessarily murder, but, people get old and things. There's a good chance that there's a lot of houses down here that somebody, they're like, oh, that's all freaky.
When we first moved out of the apartment, we had just Alexandra. I think Tanya just had Andrew. And then we rented a property from a coworker. But yeah, she let us know, like, yeah, well, in the back room, my father died. Like, well, he was old. That happens. So.
They never removed him.
No, they removed him.
He's still sitting in the chair back there.
But it was just like, all right. Didn't bother me.
It would have bothered Al. That son of a bitch would have haunted him and his family for years.
I don't know. Kind of used to it.
Yeah.
Growing up in a
He grew up in a haunted house.
A haunted family.
supposedly.
Remember his sisters? Remember that whole story?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That ghost looked a lot like her boyfriend.
Exactly.
There's a lot of other shit that
Don't worry, your sisters didn't make it this far into this podcast.
they don't watch.
Ah, well, maybe they should.
Yeah, they can't stomach this. It's too cringy.
Really? They're like, oh, man, those guys are too hot and their husbands get mad with them.
Yeah, that's probably exactly
Who
right.
watching? That's practically porn. Would you please turn that off? That's what they tell them.
Yeah.
Because that's what Mike's sister says.
God, if they could just keep their clothes on. Not wear sexy outfits like this.
That's right. There's a reason they call me Mr. Pickles.
Did you
they call
just
me.
buy that outfit on
They
the
call
way
me
over here?
Gherkin. They call me the Gherkin. I'm sorry.
Did you?
No, I've had this for 2 years. I bought it for $4 and some change at the end a couple years ago after Halloween, and I forgot I had it.
Oh, okay.
It's been sitting in a drawer.
He just bought it.
I don't know. No. They don't make these anymore. These are classic.
Mr. Pickle.
Vintage 2019. That's back when they made quality outfits.
I think it's inside
Nowadays,
out.
the stitching all
It
comes
might
out.
be. Whoa.
My nipple's not supposed to go there.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Bad surgery.
well,
It's another one that's not getting uploaded.
yeah. Make sure you check your kids' candy, everyone.
Well, you just got to put a headline on it that says, the scariest shit I ever saw. And then they'll go through the whole thing and be like, what the fuck was that?
Oh, we should have prefaced this with wait
Justin
till the
in-
end. You guys will be surprised.
Justin in a pickle suit. It's fucking scary.
I would only upload the part where it was recording and we weren't here.
That's the best part. Yeah, my thoughts. Well,
We were out trick-or-treating.
I mean, half the crew didn't show off. Wes didn't bring the hummus.
Fucking Wes.
Nick didn't bring the pizza.
Yeah.
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 There you go. Much better. I was wondering why you took that down.
I want to be able to see your face. Your pretty face.
Bless you.
Thank you. All right. Well, folks, thanks for joining us
Thanks for being prepared, guys.
for the most energetic.
I brought a bunch of
hour.
stories. You're talking about.
You had one story, pal.
I have 2 in here. I'll leave.
That's what I think of that. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications for all our latest uploads, and be sure to tell your family and friends about this exhilarating, fantastical hour you've just spent. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.
Happy Halloween. Good night, Greg.
I know you're good. I know you're good. I know you're real good. Oh. I just think she was so freaking hot back then. Come on, that's probably why I thought
You know what
she
we
was
need to
hot.
talk about? And you're going to have to cut this
'Cause
probably
I thought
because
the-
I'm about to say something. Now, I have
I
something.
thought the blonde hair and the brown eyes was hot.
I have something to ask Al that's a serious question, and this may get cut from the after show. But when I go on Instagram, this is constantly suggesting people for me based on people you follow, and they're all hot chicks.
So
Strong men create competition, which creates stronger men.
which one are we doing first?
I don't know. I'm going to be in the same costume the whole time. I'm a Trump supporter.
Alright.
Oh, you're
I
gonna
had
be
ain't
you're
time
gonna
to
be
go
in
get a fucking Halloween
a
costume.
Grand Dragon outfit.
I'm a bigot.
You're gonna be in Grand Dragon outfit.
No.
You pulled it out of your closet.
See the hat? I'm a bigot.
That's not a costume. I can't believe you didn't even try. Did we really start? Or you guys are just fucking.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.